Emptiness is one of the most difficult psychological experiences to explain because it is often defined by the absence of something rather than the presence of a specific emotion. A person may not feel intensely sad, angry, or afraid. Instead, there is a strange internal vacancy, a sense that something essential is missing but cannot easily be identified. Life may continue normally on the outside while feeling strangely distant on the inside. Work, relationships, entertainment, achievement, and routine may still exist, yet they fail to create lasting emotional satisfaction. The person may begin asking why nothing feels meaningful anymore, why achievements no longer feel rewarding, or why even pleasant experiences seem unable to reach them deeply. Psychological emptiness can emerge after prolonged emotional suppression, loneliness, unresolved grief, repeated disappointment, identity changes, chronic stress, or living for years according to expectations that do not genuinely reflect personal values. Sometimes a person becomes so focused on surviving, performing, pleasing, or achieving that they gradually lose contact with their own desires. They know what they are supposed to want, but they no longer know what they actually want. Emptiness can therefore represent a disconnection from the self as much as a lack of external fulfillment. The mind continues functioning, but emotional participation becomes weaker. The person may fill the silence with constant entertainment, social media, work, relationships, shopping, food, or endless stimulation, because stillness makes the emptiness more noticeable. Yet distraction can cover the feeling without resolving its source. The deeper psychology of emptiness involves meaning, identity, attachment, and emotional connection. Human beings need more than stimulation. They need experiences that feel personally significant. When life becomes disconnected from personal values, relationships become superficial, or emotions are repeatedly suppressed. An internal sense of meaning can gradually weaken. Emptiness may then become the psychological signal that something important has been neglected. This does not necessarily mean that life itself lacks meaning. It may mean that the structures previously providing meaning are no longer sufficient. A career may no longer represent purpose. A relationship may no longer provide genuine connection. An identity built around achievement may collapse after failure or transition. The resulting emptiness can feel frightening because the person is standing between an old identity that no longer fits and a new identity that has not yet formed. Healing requires resisting the urge to immediately fill the space with another distraction. The emptiness can become something to investigate rather than something to fear. What values have been neglected? Which relationships feel nourishing rather than performative? What activities create genuine engagement rather than temporary stimulation? What parts of the self have been silenced to satisfy external expectations? Meaning is often rebuilt through small acts of connection, responsibility, creativity, learning, contribution, and honest self-expression. A person does not need to discover one grand purpose before life becomes meaningful again. Meaning can develop gradually through choices that feel authentic and significant. Persistent or severe emptiness can also be associated with mental health difficulties, particularly when accompanied by profound loss of interest, hopelessness, or major disruption in daily functioning. In those situations, professional support can be valuable. The deepest understanding of emptiness is that it is not always an empty space that needs to be filled. Sometimes it is a psychological space asking to be understood. When a person stops running from that silence and begins listening to what it reveals, emptiness can become the beginning of self-discovery. The absence itself may become a doorway toward a life that feels more authentic, connected, and meaningful.